Hi, my name is Justin O'Connell, and I'd like to thank Senator Timothy and Representative Gonzalez. I'll be speaking in support of an act to strengthen visitation rights of incarcerated people. This would end unduly restrictive visiting policies that have been imposed by the Mass DOC. I am one of the fortunate people in prison able to receive visits from my wife and three children. Others, unfortunately, are not. This is due to excessive or unreasonably restrictive obstacles placed by the Mass DOC on people blocking these vitally supportive visits with their loved ones. This includes, but is not limited to, having to disclose private and personal information for pre-approval and not taking into account class and culture of poor white and people of color who are more likely to have had negative or inequitable interactions with law enforcement. I would also like to share about reasonable physical contact with our loved ones, which as of right now is barely a kiss and a hug at the beginning and end of the visits. We are not allowed to hold hands or have any type of basic physical contact during our visits and are made to sit 6 feet apart. The Mass DOC justifies this as a security protocol to prevent the introduction of illicit drugs. Mass DOC claims invasive pre-approval steps and limiting contact with our loved ones will stem the flow of these illicit drugs. I want to point out to you that is most certainly untrue. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic and the Mass DOC quarantine lockdowns, when we had zero visits and volunteers, the flow of drugs increased. As someone who is in recovery now and who has bought, sold, and used drugs in the Mass DOC, the visiting rooms were never the source of these illicit substances. Currently, we have access to video visitation, but unfortunately, these visits are restricted to 20 minutes in length. These systems, though, are constantly not working correctly, and by the time our visits come on, we may have only 10 or 15 minutes left. Extending these video visits to at least 30 minutes in length would make a world of a difference to us and to our visitors. Statistically speaking, in-person contact visitation is fundamental to incarcerated men and women successfully re-entering society and a major tool in reducing recidivism when we are able to rebuild that bond that so many of us destroyed during our time on the outside. It helps because we have that support once again of our loved ones, and we're not just walking out the door to nothing and back onto the same streets to repeat the same negative behaviors that landed us in prison. I would like to wholeheartedly express to this committee that in-person contact visitation and fixing all of the broken parts that have negatively affected thousands of inmates with them is vital to our successful reentry into society and to stop the revolving backdoor into prisons and jails. I would like to thank you for the opportunity that I was given to share and to show you this restrictive visiting policies and to strengthen the act for visitation rights of incarcerated individuals. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody.